Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Carvajal. Makelele was in no mood for any of that. Looking early. Terrific effort! It's hit the uprights. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Gerrard. Ribéry stood up well to him there. Now it's Eto'o. He shifted it to the flank. He has found the way through. Great chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Eto'o. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Maldini gets it away. And this is Hazard. That is good strength. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gerrard, never out of the action for very long. Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. He's found a way through. He's picked his way through. And the shot! And he nearly went all the way.
Ribéry just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
And that's been won straight back. Now, can they get him away? And this is Del Piero. And Del Piero! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Del Piero has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Bebeto, can he finish? Wonderful from Bebeto! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Barcelona are in front!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Stam, always a very imposing presence at the back. Messi.
Munich definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Bebeto.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Cruyff. He's found a way past. Oh, that was vital.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, it's Bebeto. Carvajal. That's very neat. Oh, well played, well played.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Robertson. Back towards the middle. Now it's Eto'o. And it's Hullet. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. No foul, says the referee. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Robertson. Del Piero. And it's half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Barcelona are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And we get things going again. Barcelona leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Oh, that's fabulous. Maldini defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he was quick to react. Makalelu. Azar, a player who needs no introduction. Eto'o. Ribery. And that's another good win of the ball. Gerrard. And it's Del Piero. Del Piero. Oh, this is a very good run. He is through here. Nicely aimed pass. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Foot in. Spread it left. Now it's Azar.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Eto'o. And here's Messi. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's a key interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Hullet. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Del Piero plays it short. That's tidy. And a chance! Oh, and he's following up! Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
And claimed it back swiftly. So much time and space here. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he cuts out the supply. Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Messi.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Del Piero. Lam. To Gerrard. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Tries to play it through. Shot a goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Eto'o clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And here's Cruyff. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Tries to pass it through.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, good spread. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, this looks sharp. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged Ribery! Oh, and that should have been two.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Substitution on the field, number 9.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 10, Messi. Number
How many
21,
interceptions have we seen now?
Alba.
Someone's got to up
Number
the quality
23,
and set an example.
He's having a shot! And it's in! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
It's Gerrard! Oh, that could be pivotal! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Barcelona look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question.
Tries a shot! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
The final seconds now. Cafu, Yaya Toure, is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. That's a cute ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Makaleli. And that interception was... So that's it. It is all over. Barcelona proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it.
Please turn your attention to the screen
taking in
for
the accolades, having been named man of the
local
match, and deservedly so. So there we have it, Jim. A game seemingly destined for stalemate, but then the ultimate smash and grab.
Well, I thought only one team could win this, certainly in the last few minutes, Peter. They didn't half make it hard on themselves, but sometimes you just have to win games whatever way you can, and that they did.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So things are underway. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Bebeto really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Cruyff. And he's quick to snatch it back. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Not the most accurate pass. And here's Eto'o. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Can he spark a counter here? That is ended up in no man's land. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Eto'o. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Thuram. That's going across goal. And that should get the job done. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. Stam, always a very imposing presence at the back. Pullet did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Oh, well measured. He's shifting through the gears here. The referee has given a corner. And we have our very first corner. They've played it short, and it's Carvajal. He leaps for it! But he's left disappointed.
Bebeto is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Eto'o, and the through ball, and this is Messi. And reclaimed it in a trice. It's gone for a throw-in. Pullet. Ribery. Lam. And this is Gerrard. Threads one in. Great challenge, time to perfection. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, that is a nice touch. And it's Ribery. Stood up well to him there. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And this is Bebeto. Drives it in. Cleared away. Cruyff can see things others simply cannot.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Hazard. Cruyff. Great chance! Goal! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
After 40 minutes is number 9, Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's got away. Nicely shaped cross. Thuram tries to clear. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Barcelona have got it back, and they'll have another go. Eto'o. Pullet, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. And he's gone long.
1 minute at a time.
Exciting looking ball that. Maldini gets over and intercepts. And it's Ribery. That's a nicely shaped ball. Amicale. And for the first half, that is that. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps, the only things lacking. Barcelona finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And we are back on the way.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Messi. Xavi, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. Bebeto. He won't be happy with that one. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Looking for options for movement. Gullit was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. That's a super give and go. He is through here. Chance for a shot! He's got a goal! Barcelona are back in business. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. There's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Xavi is the team's great visionary. Nicely shaped ball. Well read, nice interception. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Just about up to the hour now. And it's Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff touches it back.
Just too much pressure, had to go that way.
Ribéry. Now it's Ribéry, and he is dashing away. Ribéry going face-to-face with his great rival. Pass somewhat off target. Makaleli. That has not gone well. Gerrard powering forward here. He's on it, can he get away? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That looks a good ball through. Makaleli. And the pass is intercepted. Eto'o charging forward, the ball at his feet. Gullit. Ribéry. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, it's Bebeto. And here's Ribéry to Bebeto! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, nicely intercepted. Gerrard. Bebeto. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get it through? Messi. That is good strength.
Munich really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Oh, it's Bebeto. He might be in here! Gerrard. Now it's Gullit. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Probing pass. Cafu. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well timed, excellent interception. Looking for the run. Stood up well to him there. Dealt with nicely by the defence. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, it's Bebeto. No, it's come to nothing. Makaleli. And that's that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Gerrard claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
Fan club members who are celebrating their birthdays.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Barcelona can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Nicely weighted ball. And he's in on goal. He is through. Shot at goal. It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Somewhat off target. Distributed tidily. Threads one in. Pull it. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Maldini cuts it out. Cruyff. Oh, quick thinking by the keeper, he did well. And the ball's gone astray. It's a pretty loose pass. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Hazard. He's being urged to shoot. Great challenge, time to perfection. Gerrard. And it's Hullet. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And he's running through. And that's been won straight back. Maldini calmly anticipates. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Maldini, always a very imposing presence at the back. Cruyff. Cruyff! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Del Piero, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that's gone loose. And he's there to retrieve it. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Looking for the run. Hullet. No foul, says the referee. Messi. Gerrard, renowned for his long-range shooting. Beto. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Bebeto. Real chance! A Bebeto beauty! That is a gem! An absolute gem! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Barcelona are Oh, they could be caught out here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Ribery looking to be a menace in the final third. Carvajal, and it's Ribery. Ribery will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Hazard.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Messi. Now it's Hazard. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And that is expertly dealt with. That's put paid to the danger. And here's Messi. Now it's Cruyff. And here's Messi. And this is Hazard. Tries to cross. Ferdinand is there, and he can get that clear. Corner number 2 then. Maldini with the clearance. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And it's Carvajal. Eto'o. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Del Piero. Makaleli. Azar. And it's Messi. It's a good ball out wide. Eto'o proves just a little bit too strong. Robertson. So, a temporary halt to the action. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
As it's time to announce
Barcelona firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. So right back into the action. Del Piero is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Eto'o. Now, can they get him away? Ferdinand gets over and intercepts. Nice looking ball. Thuram makes the interception. Azar. Maldini spots it and intercepts. Ribery. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Xavi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Cafu. The message is clear, none shall pass.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
No luck with that dink over the top. Barcelona are 2 up early in the second half. Now it's Eto'o. Aims beyond the defence. Nicely intercepted.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And here's Ribery. Now it's Bebeto. Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a promising position. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. Makaleli. And it's Xavi. Picked out brilliantly. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That has been cut short.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Del Piero. Ribery. He might be in here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 21, Hazard. Number 10, Messi. Number
And it's
23,
Gerrard.
Xavi. Number 11, Eto'o.
Knocks it into space,
On the field,
and he was alert to it. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Number 24, Toure.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Substitutions taking place.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Del Piero. Adriano. Pullet pinches it off him. Gerrard. Driving forward. Gerrard. And a chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Alessandro Del Piero.
A case now of complete control. Maldini. And it's Zico. Good play on the left-hand side here. To Thuram. Now it's Del Piero. And it's Gullit. Barcelona are coasting towards victory. Gullit. And Gullit! And for sure, that was not one of his best. The pass is intercepted. Zico. Pullet. Adriano. Yaya Toure. Tries to crash through the challenge, but no. Can he get on the end of this? That pass has been well intercepted. He's going to be disappointed with that. And here's amicale. And it's Del Piero.
There will be 1 minute added
1
time.
minute to add, according to the board. Spread to the right. Nice bit of trickery. The ball has bounced loose now. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Del Piero taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Claude Makelele is, in my opinion, a player that revolutionised the role of the defensive midfielder. He highlighted the importance of the ugly side of the game.
The original and still perhaps the best.
I'd say so.
Decent chance! Pass somewhat off target. It's Gerrard! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
And it's Hullet. He's a sharp little ball here. Lahm. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Played in by Robertson. And that was very necessary. Not the most accurate pass. Ribery is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That is good alertness. Robertson. That has been cut short. Hazard. And it's Del Piero. In with the challenge. Eto'o. Barcelona are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. And it's Hazard. Looking to play him in. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Munich clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Makelele, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Lahm gets over and intercepts. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Looking for the run. And he is dashing away. And he shoots! Oh, he's been caught napping. In he goes again. Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Makelele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Cruyff, and he's got away from him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cruyff. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
And it's Ribery. Maldini does well to get it back. Now it's Eto'o.
Barcelona couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And that's another good win of the ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Stam. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
He won't be happy with that one. And it's Del Piero. Gullit. Oh, well played. Cafu. And it's Messi. Can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide. Gullit! Bebeto. Azar. Makaleli. And here's Del Piero. Short changes him with that pass. And that signals the end of the first period. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Smoking is only allowed
Barcelona go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Barcelona leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. And we get things going again.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
No, again, there's no way through. Bebeto. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Bebeto might well be in for a mouthful from his boss if his teammates don't get there first.
Eto'o in the hunt and looking threatening. Hazard, and this is Cruyff. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Gerrard, now it's Gullit. Gullit, and the finish! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Eto'o, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Barcelona are still that goal to the good. And here's Cruyff. Some really good ball movement. Gullit given the lift of his goal. And it's Hazard. And here's Eto'o. Great ball, and he's in here. Gullit. Bebeto. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Hazard. Gullit. Aims beyond the defence. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
And it's Cruyff. And here's Hazard. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Now it's Eto'o. Cafu knocks it into space. He has a look up.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Messi. Messi! And for a moment, time stood still. And we have our very first corner. That's going to go a long way. And it's Xavi. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. He might be in here. He's shifting through the gears here. And Bebeto! And that is wildly off target.
Barcelona certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Ribéry powering forward here. Cruyff. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Carvajal. Well, it's ended up in no man's land. Ribéry. It's a threatening ball.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Ribéry tries to play it through, and this is Del Piero.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Spread it left. Hazard getting forward. Oh, that is a nice touch. Xavi. And here's Messi. Very much into the last knockings. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that's it. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Bullet voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Today that memorabilia from
How would you
today's
sum
match
up what
is
we've
now on
witnessed,
sale
Jim?
in the
Well, I'm
stadium.
sure this wasn't in the game plan, the idea of defending a 1-0 lead, Peter.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things already rolling. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to...
He leaps for it! No, couldn't quite control it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Knocks it into space. Carvajal did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, it's Bebeto. Oh, and the shot! What a wonderful goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Number 14.
So, a breakthrough already. Stam. Cafu carries the ball down the right. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, they can break here. He has found the way through. Amicale kept his eye on it, and he's there. Messi tries to pass it through. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Robertson. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Gerrard. Driving forward. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Ferdinand does really well to win the ball there. Quarter of an hour played. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ribéry. Oh, no joy this time. Amicale conjures time and space where few can. That is good strength. Cafu. Nicely weighted ball. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And they've switched it over to the other side. And it's Carvajal. Azar, a player who needs no introduction. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Ribéry! He's got a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
After 26 minutes is number 18, Ribéry.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
And he's running through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Pull it. Gets a good foot in there. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Great chance here from position A1.
Well, he has great set-piece prowess. I think you know what's coming, but... Del Piero!
He doesn't look too happy with that. 30 minutes gone. And here's Del Piero. Messi. Time and again they are repelled. And here's Del Piero. Ribery.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And he welcomes it in. Tries a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! And that was probably asking just too much.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Oh, what has happened here? Throw it.
Substitution on the field, number 14, Zico. Coming on to replace him is number 25.
Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Ribery looking to add to his goal. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Barcelona looking forward to the break after some very good work in the field.
And the shot! And yes, it's there!
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Thuram. And it's Azar. Cafu is one whose deliveries we all know about. Robertson scooting forward. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking for a runner. And that is expertly dealt with. Ribery ploughing, shot a goal! They've got to be quick to recover this.
There will be
Picked out brilliantly. Carvajal has it out wide and in space. Bebeto! Well taken goal. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. Barcelona now in a position far more desirable.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
There's the crossfield ball. And for the first half, that is that.
Barcelona are 2 up, And on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Barcelona claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. So right back into the action. That'll be a throw-in. Lam. Del Piero is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. And here's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's a sharp little ball here. Great defending, strong and determined. Azar. And here's Messi. Gerrard. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Eto'o. And here's Hullet. And here's Xavi. And this is Messi. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Del Piero. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. That's Maldini. Lam. Pinches it off him. Now it's Hullet. Ah, he's had it taken off him. Now it's Hullet. Ribery. Gerrard. And he cuts out the supply. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Ribery can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
And we have our very first corner. Del Piero with the short one. Nice control. Eto'o wins the duel this time. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a pretty loose pass.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Great chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Xavi. Makalele. Ribery. Well played for Del Piero. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. That's a lovely, neat pass. Thuram. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Hullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Eto'o. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Ribery. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
He's got away. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Hullet. Oh, that's neat. Hullet going face-to-face with his great rival. Decent chance! And one more try! And that's a tiny finish. Right back in the game. Messi duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Just one in it now.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Carvajal.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And it's Gerrard. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Xavi. And he's well positioned here. Real, and he shoots! It's a goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Ribéry, this is promising. Makalele eases the ball away from him.
2 added minutes
Well,
has
the
been
defence
indicated.
proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Maldini demonstrating his defensive quality there. Time added on. So that's it. It is all over. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
And
Del
now,
Piero,
to all
voted
members
man of the
crowd,
match,
I'd like
and
to ask you
deservedly
to join
so.
me in wishing our birthday boy
So
a
what do you take
very
away from it all,
special
Jim?
birthday.
Barcelona definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
Everybody,
Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Carvajal. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Makalele wins the duel this time. Azar, and it's Eto'o. Makalele stood his ground strongly. Carvajal did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cafu. Hazard. Now it's Messi. And this is Eto'o. It's Eto'o! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Eto'o is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Messi! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Defending of the desperate variety. Now it's Messi. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Messi. And it's Zico. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Shoots! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Del Piero clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Maldini, great defending, strong and determined. And here's Eto'o. Eto'o!
Eto'o really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Engages and forces him off the ball. Gullit, Del Piero, he shifts and he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Del Piero goes short. Has crossed into the middle. Barcelona can try it again now. Barcelona have their second corner now. Del Piero plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Hangs one in. And he's taking no chances there. Robertson. He's picked his way through. Oh, good effort. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Can he get it through? Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Del Piero. Del Piero unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's Hullet. Robertson. Chance to deliver. Oh, great leap! Goal! Barcelona! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. This looks promising. He's had a shot! No, just not quite.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Ribéry. And here's Del Piero.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Del Piero running with intent. He's got away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Stood up well to him there. And now the breakaway. And this is Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. Lam. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And he's managed to get free. And Hullet! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Hullet certainly looked like he fancied himself to pull that off. A bit more.
And for the first half, that is that. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Barcelona just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. That gets us going once more.
Barcelona definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Now it's Xavi. Oh, that's fabulous. Is there any support? He might not need it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Ribéry. Ribéry purring through the gears. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Xavi. Ribéry, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Ribéry. Oh, this is a very good run. Still just a single goal between the sides. The referee's awarded a free kick. Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Ribery powering forward here. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Quarter of an hour into the second half.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And here's Zico. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
No, again, there's no way through. Del Piero.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Now then, the ball's come loose.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Azar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass is just off target. Bebeto! And a neat finish. And this is getting better and better. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
you